Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Highland, Indiana. Highland, Indiana. Thank you so much for coming out. And before I get started, thank you to the Libertarian Party of Indiana, the Libertarian Party of Chicago, the Libertarian Party of Lake County. Thank you to Bill and Preston and Morgan and William and everyone else that spoke. And thank you to y'all for coming out. I want to give you a hand of applause. Let's get a round of applause for y'all for coming out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much. I already am in love with Highland. If for no other reason than I like referring to you as Highlanders. Please tell me that's what you call you. Do you call yourselves Highlanders? Okay, because I mean that's what I'm going to call you. So I apologize. Also, I'm a little bit confused. So we're right at the border of Illinois. Who in Indiana? Who here is? I guess applause if you are a Colts fan.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think I know where this is going to go. Now applause if you're a Bears fan. Okay, all right. Okay. How about how many Cubs fans? Okay. That kind of messes up my joke, but anyway. How about them Packers, huh? No, thank you. So my manager told me to say that, and he said it would be funny, and by that he meant he would enjoy everyone booing me, so thank you for that. Folks, the reason we're here is not just to hang out with you lovely folks. Oh, and thank you to how could I forget? Thank you, of course, to our lovely, friendly neighborhood journalists at the CNN Boys for helping keep decorum and security here. Let's give them a round of applause.
They were here.
Folks, the reason we're here is because Joe and I are running to set America free in our time. We are running to remove the harmful and abusive and crony-friendly and arbitrarily defined policies that the Republicans and Democrats have put forward in their exclusive control of every lever of power in government for over 160 years. The Republicans have created a system that makes things increasingly difficult for everyday Americans trying to live their lives. Who here is sick of watching their loved ones go off to fight and kill and potentially die, and then come home and get subjected to the worst form of healthcare in this country? I know I am. Who here is sick of these ongoing lockdowns that have happened because the federal government didn't allow medical professionals to test and treat COVID patients for the first 2 months that the pandemic was here?
Yeah.
I know I am. Who here is sick? Here we are in what is considered the Rust Belt. Who here is sick of watching entire industries flee, not just here, but this entire country, because of horrific economic policies that they've been imposing for decades now, which cause you to lose good jobs that are sent overseas? Who here is sick of that? I know I am. Who here is sick of the cost of living continue to rise exponentially because of the Federal Reserve and the inflationary policies of the federal government? I heard it. I know I am. And that's why Joe and I are running. Folks, these things were done not just by the Republicans, and not just by the Democrats, but by the entire Republican machine that they've created. And if you ask me, they did it intentionally, because this system that they've created was designed to keep you desperate and anxious and reliant on them and hopeless. Because if they can keep you on a razor's edge, not knowing where your next paycheck's going to come from, not knowing if you're going to be able to make ends meet, not knowing if you're going to be able to afford your health care or your education or your student loans or the things that you need for yourself and your families and loved ones and your children, if they can keep you that desperate all the time, then it's that much easier for them to come in and go, well, you know, we can make this whole thing a lot easier. All you got to do is give us that much more of your power, that much more of your money, that much more of your freedom, that much more of your ability to make decisions in your lives, that much more of your ability to thrive. They are able to take more and more from you more easily if they keep you up to here with worry about how things are going to go. It is intentional. And that is no more evident than the two candidates that they presented to us in this election cycle. Let's talk for a minute about Joe Biden. Joe Biden, it's okay to boo. Thank you. Joe Biden is emblematic of every bad policy that has come out of the federal government for the past 50 plus years, his entire time in DC. This man is an architect of the military police state, of the war on drugs, of the endless wars overseas, of bad debt spending policies, bad economic policies. He's the architect of every bad thing to come out of DC when he's not busy sniffing children and trying to force women to kiss him on TV. This is a uniquely bad man. And it comes to no surprise that one of the architects of the police state chose as his running mate one of the most brutal enforcers of the police state in Kamala Harris. It is no surprise that he picked someone who, as a prosecutor, withheld exculpatory evidence in not one, but at least 2 capital murder cases, one of which the man, Jamal Truelove, was actually found not guilty in appeal and allowed to be set free, and the other one of whom, Kevin, I forget his last name in the moment, but Kevin, who is still languishing in death row because her DA's office intentionally withheld exculpatory evidence. What a perfect pick for Joe Biden. Now let's talk about Donald Trump. There we go. There, that was an easy boo. Donald Trump, a lifelong crony who has used the power of government to harm everyone around him for his direct profit. Donald Trump, a man who used police forces against peaceful protesters and tear gas against them to clear out an area so that he could trespass on private property to do a photo op with a Bible. This is a man who has used government as he sees fit his entire life when he's not busy paying off porn stars to not go public about his affairs with them while his wife was pregnant. Donald Trump, a man who promised that he would drain the swamp only to become the king of the swamp creatures, who has run up more debt than any other president before him in not 2 terms, but in 3.5 years. He broke Barack Obama's previous record. He said that he would protect your right to keep and bear arms, and yet he imposed more gun control legislation than both Obama and Clinton and Bush combined. Donald Trump, who said he would cut spending, instead, spending is the highest it's ever been. It's nearly doubled this year. These are our choices that the Republicrats have given us, and they're both terrible. And they both happen to tell you the same thing. I may not be great, I may not even be good. I probably suck, but if you don't vote for me, you're gonna get this other party that I work with every single day to screw you over. And here's the option we give you, Dr. Jo Jorgensen. That's right, Jo Jorgensen, a brilliant self-made entrepreneur, someone who no one is worried about her being able to pass a cognitive test, folks. Here is someone who can eloquently break down the problems that we face, how the Republicrats have created it, and how our common sense libertarian solutions are the way to fix those problems. Not just from me and Joe, but from people like Preston and like Sasha Cohen, who for some reason decided he didn't want to talk. And from Morgan Rigg, hashtag Rig the Vote, and from William, and from everyone else, and Danny, and from everyone else that's running, Bill Redpath, how could I forget Bill Redpath, and everyone else that is running up and down the ballot in all 50 states plus DC, not to take control from you, not to take more of your money, but to take the power and the wealth and the freedom that was taken from you by those pandering, craven politicians and the well-heeled, politically connected billionaire cronies who bought and paid for them to be in office, and put that power back where? In your hands, where it always belonged. That is what we are running for. And folks, in order to be... Thank you, I'll let you... Thank you. You can applaud that. Folks, and in order to be able to do that, we need your help. If you haven't already done it, the first thing you can do, I encourage you to go to lp.org and sign up and join the Libertarian Party. We need your help, and we need people on the ground to do what needs to be done. Look around you. The people that have helped here, both in Indiana and Illinois and Lake County, and the candidates here, they would be happy once you're a member of the party to set you up with your state and local affiliates so you can be on the ground, be part of our grassroots army for human liberty, fighting for a world set free in our time. You can do that. And then when you're done with that, I encourage you to go to joe20.com. We have a volunteer form that you can fill out. We would love to have you join our team. And the last thing that I ask you to do, and it's the thing that I hate, it's the thing that I hate talking about the most, it's money. in order to be able to do bus tours like this, in order to be able to do social media, viral videos, in order to be able to do streaming videos on Hulu and things like that, in order to be able to do media ads, TV and radio ads, we need money. And we're at a disadvantage because we don't take your money. Unlike the Republicans and Democrats, who not only get automatic ballot access, but they also get to rob each and every one of you in taxes to help pay for their campaigns, because they believe that they are entitled not just to your vote, but to your money for their campaigns. We don't believe that. I don't believe that we are entitled to your vote, and I certainly don't believe we're entitled to your money. That's not why we're running. We're running to give you your money back. And I'll tell you right now, I don't believe I'm entitled to your vote. I believe that, and everyone else here running in the LP believes, that in order to get your vote and your support, we need to demonstrate to you that our ideas are the best way forward, and that our common sense solutions will fix the problems that all of us as Americans are facing. So if you have decided based on what you've heard today, or maybe you already decided before you came here, that our ideas are the best and that we have earned your vote and your support, then I ask you to donate what you can. I'm not gonna ask you to give till it hurts. I'm not gonna ask you to max out or anything like that. Whatever you are comfortable and able to give, I ask that you give, because it allows us to be able to do the things we need to do to make as big of an impact as possible. And I greatly appreciate your support, and I thank you for coming out. Now, we are going to do a Q&A real quick. I don't like doing really long speeches because I don't think people come out to hear me just talk about how great I am. I think that the best thing that we can do with our time is have to hear from you and answer the questions that you came here to ask me. So we're going to be doing a Q&A, and while we are waiting for people to start lining up for that, with this beautiful specimen of a human being here, Mr. Sasha Cohen, no relation, I guess far enough back relation. While we have people lining up to do that, I just want to thank you again for coming out, and I want to tell you, you are the power. We have the power to take back our power, our wealth, and our freedom. And it starts here, and it starts now. And I believe our time is now, and I appreciate your time. So if anyone has any questions,